So we had Arthur Beterbiev and Bivol. I know y'all seen our videos, and we was always on Arthur's side. We felt that he was going to win the fight. But what did you felt? How did you feel? Who do you felt that won? Do you felt they got the right man? How do you feel?
So y'all know I live in China. So round two, my internet was out, and then round 10, my internet was out. So I missed round 2 and 10. But watching the fight, everything else, aside from 2 and 10, 'cause I don't know. I thought Bivol, I thought he won. I thought the decision was the correct one. One of the things that Bivol did differently was, or yes, he fought on his back foot a little bit, but his volume punching was more. He countered more. He landed more accurate shots. I thought he fought a much better fight. He was on his back foot at most of the time, and then at times he stayed in the pocket. But what he did was he countered Arthur, and he blocked a lot of Arthur's shots. There were times like Arthur was throwing a bunch of punches, but they were just hitting the arm. Beaver was blocking a lot of those shots. So Beaver fought a much better fight. He was much better technicality wise. I thought Beaver did his thing. He fought a much better fight, avoided the power of Better Beef, neutralized everything. And I think now, forget fighting David Benavidez. Let's get that trilogy going on.
I felt that Bivol did win. He landed more punches by over 40 more punches. So you can tell how that fight went. There was more volume for Bivol's side. And I feel Arthur Benavidez was controlling the fight in the beginning. But then after like second or third round, it started switching here and there. But I did see what Bivol was doing. Every time Arthur Benavidez would throw a punch, like a jab, Arthur Benavidez will take half step back and then throw a couple punches and bunches. I feel like Bivol wanted the fight more, meaning in the training camp. Fights will win in training camp. I think he was healthier, but I didn't feel like he didn't have to prove anything. He just felt I just need to get my health up, and I'm okay. I already won the first fight. I just need to get my health up instead of trying to
Yeah.
implement something, a different game plan, just to see. Oh, it worked. No, it's not broke. Don't fix it. And he got comfortable. I feel like that's what happened in training camp. I'm not saying in the fight. I said in training camp. Bivol saw that he gave those last 4 rounds of the last fight up. He did that. He had to have more volume. He trained in the training camp. He even said that he did new things. He was trying to do new things. He had to be better on all aspects, and he showed it.
Mhm.
Arthur Benavidez just said that he felt like he just pulled it up 1, 2 more levels, but Bivol did like 3, 4, and
Yeah.
it was just like Arthur Benavidez could beat Bivol. I feel like he can get him out of there. I just feel like
Yeah.
Arthur Benavidez needs to not be complacent. And in training camp, you can't go in there and feel like nothing you did was wrong. Because even in his interview, like I just have to get better. And Bivol was like, you could see that he was like, yo, I have to just do something completely different. And I feel like there was times that Arthur Benavidez could have threw more punches. I feel like those times that Arthur Benavidez could have pivoted a little bit, changed his punch selection just so I feel like it was very predictable. Arthur Benavidez did the same thing in the last fight. He was throwing those jabs, those straight rights, just straight down the middle, hit the body a couple times. I didn't see no uppercuts, no hooks. This is the like show, you know what I'm saying? Like something else that he needs to watch forward for. Most of his punches were the same punch selection, and they even said in the commentary, it's the same punch selection. I feel like he has the power, but he never really sat down on no punches. He was okay with just I'm gonna tap you, I'm gonna tap the gloves, don't say right, but I'm gonna just move all through the shoulders. But I feel like sometimes Arthur Benavidez, he already got the power. We can see it. We see it on Bibble's face. We can
Yeah.
see all his face was even with the jabs, his face was just knotted up. If Artur Beterbiev just sit on some of his punches, I feel like that will have Bivol thinking some things. But he didn't have Bivol thinking no thing. He got him used to the jabs and straight rights that he was throwing the whole fight. But I feel like it was a good fight. It was very entertaining. But
It
we
was a
got
great
this
fight.
wrong. We got that one wrong.
Yeah.
One just because we get
Yeah.
wrong sometimes.
That's all good.
But the
We got it
trilogy
wrong.
was we do. I feel
Man,
like
we got it. That's a good question. So maybe, well, look, the first fight, some people, well, a lot of people thought Bivol won the first fight. You and I both think that Arthur won and the decision was right. The second fight, I don't see anyone disagreeing with the decision at
yeah.
all. I
So
think
so do a
most people
trilogy.
agree. So trilogy, there has to be a trilogy, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Turkey would give a trilogy. And then we'll see. We'll break the trilogy down when it happens. We'll break that down more into
I feel
detail.
like
But right now, nothing's confirmed.
this is what they should do. Have the trilogy, and on the undercard, have David Benavidez versus Caleb Smith because he's running up too.
They
That would
should
be
they should
dope.
definitely put David Benavidez in there, and then David Benavidez he can get in the ring with one of them for like pre-hype trash talk, and then set it up. Or maybe they won't have him maybe they won't put him on that card, but either way, I know that have him come in the ring after, because I think whoever wins that trilogy, of course, whoever wins that trilogy, have him in the ring, have David Benavidez in the ring, and then face off and pre-hype stuff.